Hello everyone. So, a lot of this video was recorded a long time ago, so I'm gonna be doing a bit of a different style here. I'm not just going to include the really old intro I recorded and all of that other stuff. But anyways, as the title says, in this video I'm going to be finishing my base here on the realm. Also, I'm gonna let my past self explain a few things. I have not made a video on the realm in a long time. A lot of that is because of my base. So if I just fly down here, you can see that my base really does not look very complete at all. I was planning on putting towers on these sides, but I just didn't think it would look good, and I'd have to mine for a lot more hours for quartz, just like I had to for the walls of the main building. So I was thinking of ideas, and one came to my mind. I thought of a wall, like protecting the main building. I thought that sounded like a good idea, so I'm gonna make that. The first step is to get all this basalt and build a very large circle around my base. There we go. I think I said it would be a circle, but it is a semicircle. It is a very big semicircle. I'm gonna be able to fit a lot of stuff in there. I'll just give you one more good view. Yeah, this thing is huge. And the next step is to put down some pillars. So put down pillars I did. I placed lots and lots of pillars. And this was what I thought would be the final result, but there was just something missing. And that thing that was missing was depth, so I decided to extend out each of these pillars to the side one block and all the way up to the height of the center pillar to add some really nice depth to the build. And here was the final product in terms of the pillars at least, but there was still a major part missing from the walls, which was the quartz. So I had to do the thing that I was dreading this whole time. So let's get mining. And after a quick trip to the nether, I've got myself just about 7 stacks of nether quartz ore. So let's go ahead and place all of this down and break it down with my fortune pickaxe. Alright, let's go ahead and break this thing down. And I did just that. I broke down all of that quartz and ended up with about 15.5 stacks. And that got me just under 4 stacks of quartz blocks, which wouldn't end up being quite enough, but it would get me a very good start. So I went ahead and threw all of that quartz into my super smelter, flicked the lever, and waited for it all to smelt. And it is done. Now let's head down and place this stuff down. That amount of quartz did get us a decent start. I wasn't quite able to go all the way with these little pillars on the side of every single basalt pillar. But anyways, I need to do a lot more mining. So I did a lot more mining, and I got all of this smooth quartz, and I was able to fill in all of these spots directly next to the basalt pillars. But now let's start filling in the big gaps. Looking at it now, after placing down quite a few blocks, I want to make the walls a bit more even. And I think this one is a good baseline height to make all the other ones similar to. And I think that'll be the tallest height we'll have in the wall. So I adjusted the height of all of the pillars, just like this one. And this was what the result looked like. However, I still needed a lot more quartz since I was only about halfway done with placing the quartz on the wall. But I'm not just mining this time. This time, I'm going to fix my piglin bartering system. I built this thing a really long time ago when there was still that glitch where if you threw one piece of gold into a big chunk of piglins, they would all be able to trade with that one gold. It was super OP, but somebody ruined this thing. I think it might have been involved Leaf 5 for the most part. So I need to fix this. I'm gonna reclaim all of my piglins. I'm gonna make my own piglin bartering system. So many hours later, I had created this beautiful room where I would make my piglin bartering farm. So over here on the left, I had 8 slots for different piglins to go in, and on the right side of the room, I had tons of chests for all the sortable items that come from piglins. Then right here, I was going to have lots of chests for the unsortable items. I don't actually have any sorting system in place, and I don't have any of the redstone for the piglin bartering farm in place, but now I do have most of that in place. I have this etho hopper clock to control how often gold is dispensed from these droppers, and I have 2 piglins with name tags on them so they don't despawn, and I'm gonna have a comparator hooked up to this dropper to tell the etho hopper clock when it should turn on. And in here I made some additions, like I made the whole sorting system on this side, as you can see in the back here, and I had hoppers going into these chests for unsortable items and these ones for unsortable items, and I had this barrel which I would place gold in, then it would go down into this hopper, go up through this item elevator into a chest, then get distributed among the droppers, and then the whole system would start trading with these piglins. But before trying to put the whole thing together on the realm, I went to this testing world, and I tested out this design, and I just put a button on this dropper with some gold in it, pushed it, and look at that. The piglin just does not pick up and trade the gold, and I tried this position too. I also tried the dropper 1 block higher, but facing that way, and that didn't work either. I really should have followed a tutorial from the start if I was going to make a piglin trading farm like this. So I think the best course of action is to scrap all of these hours of hard work building this nice room and figuring out how to do the redstone for it, take my 2 stacks of gold, and head back down here to this terrible little piglin bartering farm and use it. And that's because it is in fact not so terrible. If I place this redstone dust here, then this clock starts and it's pushing this nether gold ore, and look at what happens when I throw a gold at a piglin. It instantly trades me some stuff. That's because the piglins get mad when gold is taken or moved from its spot in its vicinity, and when they get mad, it stops the trading process, but instead of getting rid of the gold or dropping it on the ground, it instantly trades the gold when the piglin gets mad. So basically I can just spam Q and get tons of items from these guys. Or even better, I can throw a whole stack in and instantly get all those items. But of course, there is another problem. That was all of my gold, and all I have is 31 nether quartz to show for it. So I need a lot more gold if this is gonna take me anywhere in terms of finishing my wall. First, I need to grab a looting 3 book from my shop, and a random diamond sword from this chest, and I need to combine them in this anvil. There we go. And now I need to head over here in the nether, and through this portal to Great Giver Duck's industrial district, and that's because he has this huge automatic gold farm that uses a bit of a nether portal glitch to spawn tons of zombie piglins that all die to trident killers and then drop their gold into these chests. But before heading up there, I need to do a little bit of precautions in case I die. So I'm gonna put all of my stuff into this shulker box, including the totem, but I'm going to keep this diamond sword and these cooked rabbits. Anyways, I need to head up here with this looting 3 sword, and I need to fill myself up on food and turn on all these trident killers, which, as you can see, kill these piglins. And I was the one who threw those tridents, so holding this looting sword applies the looting effect to all those kills, since I am technically killing those piglins with those tridents. Anyways, with that out of the way, all I need to do is flick this lever, and now the farm is on. Already you can hear tons of piglins falling and see them dying. So yeah, I'll just be AFKing here overnight to get lots of gold to trade with those piglins. However, everything did not quite go to plan because, as you can see here, I died just a minute into AFKing. So then I went back up and got my stuff, then instantly died again. So I grabbed a bed, set my spawn point by the farm, then I went back up, and I killed the 2 piglins, then I blocked off the ceiling with some dirt, and then I went back to AFKing. But of course, there had to be yet another problem. There are way too many gold swords. Despite this problem though, after scouring through all of the chests, burning all the gold swords, I ended up with just under 17.5 stacks of gold ingots. Okay, let's head over here, close the door behind me, and trade all of this gold with the piglins. I'm just gonna leave this whole part in to show how quick this method is. I'm getting so much stuff. Wow. Oh my goodness, look at them go. Whoa. This is 17.5 stacks of gold. Oh. And they're done. They are already done trading 17.5 stacks of gold. Never mind, actually a lot of that gold went into the hoppers, apparently. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to trade so quickly. This time I'm just gonna take it slow and do half of one of these stacks at a time. But even that is letting a lot of gold through. I finally finished trading and sorting through everything, and that only got me 5 and nearly 6 stacks of nether quartz. I guess I can scavenge a bit from this item sorter. I'll take that. So now I have nearly 7 stacks of nether quartz. Let's see how many blocks that crafts. A stack and 47, that's pretty decent. I'll just get that smelted real quick. And I'll take the smooth quartz that we get out of it. And apparently I still need to raise the basalt pillars on this second half. And now that I've done that, we won't have any quartz walls that drop from all the way up there to like all the way down there. And this means it's time to start placing in the quartz once again. And that is already the last of the quartz. And I barely even got a few of these sections between the pillars done. So I guess it's back to regular old quartz mining for me. Already I have 7 stacks of quartz, which I think is about as much as I got from trading all that gold earlier and looting my sorting system at the was going to be piglin bartering farm. Alright, after all of that mining, let's see how much quartz we've got. Wow, 4 stacks. What I did before with all the piglins and stuff was really a waste of time. Now I'll just smelt these up. Now I'll take my smooth quartz and start placing once again. And with these last couple blocks, that is all. The whole wall is filled in with smooth quartz blocks. And I have only 24 smooth quartz blocks to spare. But that is not quite all for finishing my base. First I need to take out this nether wart farm to make some space. And now that I've done that, let me reveal to you that the plan I came up with just minutes before clearing out that nether wart farm. Basically, what I want to do is make little replicas of all the different nether biomes in this half of behind the wall. Then on that half, I'm gonna have some overworld biomes. And if I play long enough that I want to make any more small farms, then those will be the places to do them. Because what I was originally planning was making a tower full of small nether-themed farms on this side, and a tower full of small overworld-themed farms on that side. But this, I like it a lot more. Alright, now I have an outline for each of the nether biomes. There's the Basalt Delta, the Soul Sand Valley, the Warped Forest, the Crimson Forest, and the Nether Wastes, but I need more of things like the Warped Nylium and Soul Soil, so I'm gonna go get some materials. So I have made a lot of progress on this just now. I grew these crimson trees and I decorated the floor with lots of different things from the crimson and the warped biomes, and I filled in all the floors for these places. So the crimson, warped, and nether waste biomes are basically complete. I just need to grow those trees and maybe put a little bit more stuff on the ground. And now I have finally got all of the biomes completed. I had to make lots of trips down to my mine to get all this lava and place it all down, but I think this is looking pretty accurate and pretty good. When I'm going around it, it definitely feels like the same as trying to navigate a basalt delta, always falling into lava and stuff. And I put down this skeleton, and I've grown all the trees, and I built little mountain here and here. So now I think it's time to move on to the overworld side. First, I'm gonna be placing in a whole layer of grass on this side, except for I'll leave a bit of space for a desert and mesa. And I have now finished placing the grass. Now I need a bit of an outline for a mesa and for a desert. Alright, I've got a lot done on this. I have lots of trees planted, and looks like a couple of them just grew. And I pretty much completed this whole mesa area. I have some dead bushes and cacti, and I have this mountain with an acacia tree on top. And down there I'm gonna have a snowy area, and there's gonna be the podzol area with that 2x2 spruce tree. And I'm gonna make a bit of a jungle here. But yeah, this one is a lot simpler. It's basically just a bunch of different types of trees on a grassy area. Alright, I am officially done with all of these biomes back here. First is the forest slash birch forest biome right here. It just has a few trees. Then right here is a small jungle biome with oak logs and oak leaves rather than jungle logs and jungle leaves as the bushes. And over here is a bit of a dark forest biome with a interesting looking stem. And over here is a taiga biome and a tall tree and podzol taiga biome? I don't know what they're called. And here is a mountain with lots of different ores in it to represent extreme hills. And here's the desert biome with a mini desert temple in it. And here's a red desert and a mesa biome. And over here on the nether side, we have a basalt delta, a soul sand valley with a skeleton in the middle of it, And we have this warped forest biome, as well as this crimson forest biome. And lastly is the nether wastes biome with lots of ores all over it. And I have one nether themed farm, which is this basalt generator, and one overworld themed farm, which are these wool farms. Let me give you a nice aerial view of the whole thing. I haven't actually seen it from the air myself, and it is looking really cool, and it's actually looking complete. Here's a view from the top of my base, so you can see all these different biomes all next to each other. And the beautiful wall. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy the new Realm videos coming soon, because the 1.17 update is coming out on next Tuesday, and we are going to be making a brand new world and putting it on this realm, and I'm actually gonna record videos from the start of it rather than doing a I did some mining off camera type of thing. So yeah, I hope you like that, and I will hopefully see you in that video. Bye!